Good morning, you bunch of savages. Right now you're watching the Daily Bold YouTube channel, the channel for short Soviet side quests. And today, I got a good one for you. Let's begin. Today I'm in the pretty little Georgian town of Rustavi. Rustavi is what has been called a monotown. A monotown, let me explain to you, were towns that were built by the Soviets to service one main industry. There were many of them. There was Magnitogorsk or Norilsk, you've probably heard of. And Rustavi's main industry that the town was built around was metallurgy. And on the very edge of town is a huge complex, a huge industrial complex of metallurgical factories and smelters and all kinds of things like that. And we're now going to go down there and I'm going to try and get us into it secretly by the back door. And we're going to have a little nosy around and see what happens inside. I'm going to be your guide on this journey, your stalker, you could say. And yeah, let's see if we can get inside and see what we can find. Maybe there's some traces of the past, who knows? Let's have a little side quest adventure. Well, check out Rustavi in the morning. Look how pretty it is, look at it. It's like being in Tokyo or somewhere. Look at how they've chopped the trees. Little bonsai trees. Gobajoba. Красивый парк у вас есть?
Красивый?
Очень! Я никогда не видел в Грузии такое красивое место.
Вчера вечер был так пока плохо.
Пока плохо? Да ладно, красивый. Да. That was a Georgian babushka who lives in the town of Rustavi. And what a lucky bugger she is, because check it out. Finally, we found a place in the former Soviet Union where the flipping cobblestones aren't all broken. I don't know who the mayor of this town is, but he deserves your vote. Anyway, look here on the edge of town. The giant Rustavi Metalworks headquarters. Let's go a bit closer. We've come down to the headquarters of the Metallurgical Plant, and check it out for a headquarters. Look at it. It's like a palace with a huge relief up there of Soviet workers building Rustavi and working in what was the Metallurgical Plant. And this just shows you the importance of Rustavi to the Soviet Union and the Caucasus region back in the day, because you don't build something like this for a factory unless it's an important factory. And the steel from Rustavi helped build basically the Soviet Caucasus. And check it out, what a beautiful, beautiful building it is. Some of you may well notice that we have been here before. I thought it was a railway station. About 2 years ago we came to this building. But check it out. I don't know if you can see the sun shining at me, but the detail of this building really shows the importance of Rustavi to the Soviet Caucasus. Now, Rustavi was built in the 1940s. After the Second World War, Stalin wanted to create steel industry down this part of the world, and that's why the architecture that we see is from the Stalinist period. The more time you spend in the Soviet Union, the more you can recognize the different eras, and this is very Stalinist. These kind of extravagant balcony areas and these arches. Well, they disappeared under Brezhnev and Khrushchev when architecture became a bit more functional. But in the Stalinist period, this is how people built things. Look at it, the details around the doorways or around the windows. Look, all that extra stuff that you didn't need to do, but in those days they did. Wowzers. Georgia really is the ultimate post-Soviet adventurizing country, because just everywhere you look there's abandoned buildings and mosaics and, well, look, just as I say that, look what's around the corner. An old Soviet mosaic. Let's go and check it out. Here on the side of this building is an old Soviet mosaic depicting the 15 flags of the former Soviet republics. Look at them. Tajikistan, Estonia, Uzbekistan. Wow, look at them. And in the center, now missing and being removed, would have been the emblem of the USSR. The hammer and sickle, workers of the world unite, written in all the languages. Wow, look at it. It's still here, it's faded, but it still survived. after all these years. What a great piece of history it is. Wow. Rising from beyond the bulrushes, the remains of an ancient civilization like Atlantis. Check it out. This building in front of me is obviously the old railway station that serviced the factory complex. Every morning, citizens would have come from the nearby towns and cities to this very railway station to begin their day of work. Look at it. It really is like an old palace, but now, of course, totally destroyed. Wow. Woo. In the 1990s, Georgia went into major decline. There was no money, industry collapsed. And so all these kind of buildings that you find were just destroyed by local people, ripping out anything they could to make some money. Lintels, doorways, wood, floor, ceilings. Look here, there would have been some kind of wire running up to a lamp fitting, all ripped out and sold just to make a few pounds, basically. Here, look, is the old ticket office window. There would have been a babushka sitting here selling tickets to the workers every morning. Wow. But now, of course, just nothing left, apart from a few small details of how beautiful, reminding us of how beautiful this railway station would have been before. Not anymore. Oh, my fucking ankle. Oh, I've rolled my ankle. Oh, fuck, it's like Cuba. I've rolled my ankle. Oh, fuck. It's not easy adventurising in rubble when you've got dodgy ankles like I've got. Flipping neck. I'm too old for this. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, fuck's sake. I'm not a very good stalker, am I? Yeah. Oh. At least no one saw me. Oh, bloody hellfire. Well, we're now heading to the very back end of the zone, the abandoned part of the zone, because the smokestacks aren't belching any smoke. There's no noises of hammering down this end, so I think we're going to find a way in. But just look what I'm walking through. All this here before, all this was buildings, offices. Wow, and now just absolutely destroyed. It's like a war zone. Look at it. Wow, you know, people often ask, why is it that the old dudes that I bump into, the babushkas and the jedushkas, why do they reminisce about the former USSR? And I think it's not because the past was so unbelievably perfect and so great necessarily, but it's because the present is just so unbelievably grim. Imagine if you saw everything that you worked for 30, 40 years of your life just reduced to rubble like this, how you'd feel. Of course you'd reminisce too. I'm having myself a little roadside picnic. Just over here on the other side of this road is the fence and the barbed wire that separates us from the zone. We're going to try and look for a hole in the fence and get inside. The problem might be that this building here, well, it's got some new windows installed, which tells me it might be being used by workers of some sort. So once we cross over into the zone, I'll take you inside. I'm going to have to be very silent, not too much talking, because we don't want to get caught, we don't want the police called, we don't want the footage deleted, as has happened to me on more than one occasion on my travels. So let's get over there and have a little sneak about. Let's see the entrance gate, where 30,000 people, or many of them at least, would have streamed through every morning through this gate into the complex itself to work over in those factories. Let's see what we can discover inside. Would have come in the mornings, left their home clothes, put on their work clothes. Look, someone's even left the old Soviet padlock. Sat on these now broken benches, put their shoes on. Look, the workers' clothes. An old chenyashka. Here we have the old wooden sign that says Stolovaya, which means canteen, workers' canteen basically. This is where the workers would have come on their lunch breaks. See if we can get inside. This is the old canteen room, the dining room, where workers came to eat. Look, here. Up here we have the old clock. Here we have a sign. Basically says, don't be fat. Under every fatty is a butterfly waiting to get out. And here, well, here we have menu. Why? They would have written here what meals would have been served on the day. Borscht, salyanka, maybe a chicken Kiev, definitely some grechka. That's 100% certain. Wow, look at it. What's in here? Oh wow. So this is the kitchen of the Stolovaya. And here is where people would have queued up, look. Wow, look, they've still got the bowls. Here's where they would have dished out the different foods. Just like in every Stolovaya we've seen on our travels across the ex-USSR. And here are the cookers. Wow, look at this. The old Soviet radio. The old Soviet telephone. Look, it says even in the middle, made in the USSR. Can you see that? Well, we've now seen where the workers changed in the morning. We've seen where the workers ate at lunchtime. Let's see now if there's any traces of where they actually worked in the daytime. See what we can find. Totally abandoned. Smokestacks, look at them. Just left, but let's see what this building is. Let me give you a piece of adventurising advice, which is when you go to an abandoned building, always go upstairs first, because they're usually the rooms that have been the least destroyed by people. So always go upstairs, where you'll find the most interesting stuff usually. Let's see if I'm right on this one. So this is obviously where people worked, the offices of the workers. See if we can find, without making a noise. Some kind of, I don't know, working, what's this place? Oh wow. We found a flipping Soviet meth lab. Check it out. Does anyone actually know how to make meth? What do you do? What do you do, I wonder? I think you take a bit of... Ooh, bit of that. There we go. Anything else we can add? A bit of whatever's in that jar there. There we go. And then, just so happens, I've got a lighter on me. We heat it up. Just cooking up some Soviet meth in a Soviet meth lab. That's probably going to get me demonetised. Is that how you cook meth? I don't know. Do you think I am? Bloody Heisenberg? Whoa. And over here. Wow. Wow, look. We've got an actual Soviet crack pipe. Wow. Hunter Biden would love this. Hunter, if you're watching this, you know where to come and get some cheap crack pipes. Wow, look at this. What an interesting place. Everything just left, typewriters, books, chemicals, old clocks, everything. Wow, old Soviet telephones, everything just forgotten about. Great find. Well, I think we should make an escape. We've seen some different places. I don't like the idea of breathing in too many of the chemicals here. So, yeah, we've had a good little daily bold. We can imagine what it was like to be a factory worker, a chemical person, chemist, back in Soviet times. It's been a fun little... Fuck's sake. It's been a fun little adventure. Let's get out of here with our footage intact. Guys, until next time. Thank you for letting me be your stalker and taking you with me into the zone. Adios, amigos!